Welcome to Point Blank Period, Point Blank Period,
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Ohtani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top five.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the 90s.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Like, everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So,
I don't got to talk to no peons.
why not just come back and prove?
This time you're really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
Welcome to Point Blank Period Podcast, the best sports podcast, Point Blank Period. Today is episode 51, Fool's Gold. And Mr. KD, I'm going to ask you this one question before we get started. When it comes to the NFL draft, there's usually two philosophies. One is pick your needs, and the other one is take the best player available. When it comes to that, if you were the GM for the day, what would be your answer to that question?
There's no consistent answer. It depends on your roster construction. I can't just put answer as in this translates to every team in every situation. It depends on your roster construction for the right answer for that. Like if I was the Bills, if we want to dive into it, if I was the Bills, I'm going to go.
Or you might be better to say like a top 10 team like the Bengals.
If I was the Bills, I'd go best player available, because I need so many different things that,
All right, well, let me drill it down to your team. No jokes, all jokes aside. For the Bengals, is you the Bengals? Are you going need or best available player?
Best available.
All right. With that being said, let's get to our first topic. All right. With that being said, who's looking like the golden player of the week in the NBA? We down to the final stretch. It's on you, Mr. KD. One from the East and one from the West.
It's surprising to me. You know what? I'm gonna do that second. Out west, it was Shea. Shea
I'm about
Butter.
to say you get NBA, SGA.
Yeah. Out west, it was Shea. 32, 5, and 6 on a 3-0 week. That's good numbers,
And locking up the one seed out there, too.
Yeah. But I know a guy that had 3 straight triple doubles, and he just
Did
fades
lock
into
up
the
the one
background.
seed.
He just fades into the back. Well, it don't say team of the week. I think it says player of the week.
He helped them lock up the one seed.
Oh, okay, all right. But like I said, he won. I'm not taking nothing from him, even though it's another guy that I thought, never mind. Jaylen Brown, out east, 31, 6, and 6 on a 3-1 week. And I think this is probably his third one, I believe, second or third Player of the Week award this season. So he's continuing that run. He must have heard us last week.
I feel like we've said his name more than 3 times.
You think so for Player of the Week?
Yeah, I feel like we said his name way more than 3 times for Player of the Week.
I know I think he heard us last week.
He could have probably made a Player of the Month. I feel like
No, he did get a Player of the Month. One of them, yeah. But hey, shout out to both of those guys. There's a guy that has had. I think now it's counting 4 straight triple doubles. But you know what? Sometimes your greatness can get pushed to the side when you make it look so easy. So I understand what we're up against. But
you gotta lock up the one seed.
It's just a guy, that constantly gets overlooked. How many times does the best player in the world get overlooked? That's not often, That's
Hey,
weird
LeBron
to
been on the court
that.
for a long time, and they used to always try to deviate that man.
But he was never overlooked, though. Brown was always the most important topic in the world.
I feel like what most people say, his nonchalantness towards basketball spans towards the media about him too. If he don't care about basketball, why do I gotta care about his performances?
I hate that narrative, man. That man care about basketball. You don't become the best by not caring. Now, if you want to say he's nonchalant, I'm definitely with you.
It's like I can't even say he's athletically gifted.
So Kawhi don't care about basketball?
Boardman get paid.
Man is athletic too. You see his second jump? That second jump is crazy.
Jokic second jump?
That's why he lead the league in rebounds and assists. Never been done before. That's another point I just wanted to throw out there. It's never been done before.
All right. So we're going to get to our injury
How many years the league been around, IT?
I think
mean,
they close to 70. Yeah, they over
I'm about to
75.
say, didn't they
Top
just do the
75 years.
75s?
Yeah, so they
So
got
we
to be
had like
pushing 80.
77, right?
Yeah,
77,
they got to be
78,
pushing 80.
and it's never been done before.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to our injury report / trade rumors. With the new Golden Goose, Trayvon Walker just read up with the Jaguars. What's your thoughts about that, Mr. Amari?
I mean, I guess. It's like, I guess. I mean, well deserved on getting his bag, but I guess he deserves 77 mil guaranteed.
Hold on,
4 years,
where you
four
going with
years,
it?
110 for a guy. You gave me two. You gave me two double-digit sack seasons.
Out of what? 4 years, right?
Mm,
Three. It was 3 or 4.
yeah, only 10, only top 10 twice, and it was 10.
And it was like four. That's he's shooting 50%.
You want to know what the other 2 years was?
What?
5 and 3, and 3 was just this past season. So
That's
what?
it. What have you done
What's
for me
give?
lately?
What's giving you 77 mil? Jag,
And we talk about this all the time, man. It's not just
Jacksonville just
about
pay, Jacksonville just pay. I mean, hey, they paying him what market value was. It was an edge rusher. But even with you going into this draft, there's plenty of edge rushers that you could have got.
the money got to go
Mm,
somewhere, man.
Hey, I guess.
Shout out Trayvon Walker. Get the bag, man.
Yeah, get paid.
Is the Seattle Seahawks still favorable for next season with so many losses on the defensive side?
Hmm.
I think if they truly attack this draft, they can be. I do think they're. I mean, we kind of wrote them off early last season and they won the Super Bowl. But I mean, with as many losses as they suffered this offseason, I feel like this is definitely something to spotlight going into next season. I don't know if I mean, they still got to be the top dog being the reigning champ, but I'm not so sure if they can do a back to back. CD.
All right. I'm pretty sure you got some more big news on a free agent or trade talk in the NFL or any signees. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
CJ Stroud and Will Anderson's 5th-year options are both being picked up. I think this is definitely in intention to extend Will Anderson, and I think this is also in intention to truly evaluate CJ Stroud's last year with the team, whether that be in regards to a potential extension or trade, or even just to allow him to walk into free agency. Um,
That
not sure
rarely
because
happens.
yeah, I would say that rarely happens, but uh, I think
Franchise
this is
quarterbacks.
definitely something that is a spotlight. There were a lot of news about potential CJ Stroud straight trade last season, and even more so heating up this offseason, but it kind of died down. So be on the lookout for that news. If so,
Yeah, franchise guys don't exercise 5th-year options on franchise quarterbacks. Should be traded.
All right. So let's get to the basketball side of
I'll,
things.
I'll be happy for that one actually.
A team that may have been fool's gold, the Lakers, that is, but right now they're dealing with major injuries to Luka and Reed. What's your thoughts about that? Oh, and Mr. KD, basically, I'm asking you, are the Lakers done?
Well, what is done? Are you saying as a championship contender, or what is your judgment of
I'm
done?
sure that's what his speculation is saying.
Yeah, I probably don't have them going past the first round now after these injuries.
No, Reeves should be back. And Lucas should be back too. Just not during the season. We don't know when. Um, so that's up in there, depending on when they're gonna get back. I do think the Lakers are a threat if they can be healthy. But on the defensive side, they have to be better. So they still have glaring holes, even when they're at full health, especially in the gauntlet of the West. But I don't think they were fraudulent. I think they were showing us the potential that they have. Now, once that potential goes up against these other juggernauts in the West, of course it's going to look different because they have a weakness on the other side of the court. But the injuries are unfortunate, but hey, that's the league we in. It's looking likely that we end up with a Houston LA Lakers first round matchup. If we can probably get KD and LeBron one last time in a playoff environment. And like I said, if the injuries can be settled by the time that round come around, I still think the Lakers will be favored in that matchup. The Rockets have too much inconsistencies game to game.
And I think out of all the teams in the West, that was their best pull right there. Especially because without a true point guard, I'm talking about the Rockets, that is, it's going to be hard for them to beat any of these Western teams in the playoffs. Once 7 games in and the coach can start exposing all your weaknesses, it's going to be hard for them to move forward. But speaking of 2 players that have moved forward recently with their return, Cade Cunningham and Steph Curry. Steph Curry in particular after 27 games. Just your thoughts about these 2 players returning at the end of the season.
Well, for Steph, it's good to see him get back on the court after his lengthy rehab, but I think I spoke about it the last week or the week prior. I would have shut him down. The Warriors don't have too much to gain anymore in this season, and the risk for injury outweighs the reward for anything that they can pull together. But as far as Cade, this is a big deal because he gets a little bit of run before they kick off the playoffs, and you want to see where he is and where he's at, and probably like amp his load up as they get closer to the playoffs. But it's good to see him return prior to the season ending, if he can kind of knock the rust off if there is any. But hey, it's playoff time now. Any stars returning at this point that have the opportunity to extend their season, it's a big deal.
Okay, before we get to the next topic, you got any more injury reports or injury news to report on, Mr. KD?
Injury report news? Nah, I just know the Nuggets are getting healthy. Nuggets are getting real healthy. I guess I'll talk about that later. I want to talk about it now, but I'll wait till later on.
All right. More football, Mr. Amari. So let me ask you this question, Mr. Amari. 3 college quarterbacks that fooled us, meaning when you seen them in college, they were so great. And then when they got to the NFL, they end up being fool's gold.
Number 1, Tim Tebow.
Before you go further, are we saying that fooled us or fooled the mass?
I feel like
I really want to say fooled you, but if you wrote that fooled the masses, I can get that too. But I really was speaking about your personal opinion.
Okay. Oh, I got a Tim Tebow was fooled the masses. Ravon Boykin is the quarterback that fooled me. And then I feel like, for IT mostly, Vince Young. Those are my 3 quarterbacks that I believe especially in college careers, I would say not all 3. 2 stellar quarterbacks and 1 very good. None of them really had illustrious NFL careers. Yeah.
Well, since you stole the unanimous fool the masses guy, in my fool the masses is gonna go Matt Leinart. He was back-to-back title games, Heisman Award winner, and the expectations were they were lofty expectations for him, and it didn't plan out at all. At least Tebow had some highlights out of his NFL tenure. It all went down once Leinart got drafted. But the fool me one, he wasn't horrible, but I say Mariota. I expected him to be better. It might have been just me being an Oregon fan at the time and wanting him to be better, but I thought Mariota would be a better quarterback than he was in college, actually. I thought he was going to level up once he doesn't lean on his athleticism as much and gets to show the arm talent, but that opinion didn't age well.
It came later in his career.
Yeah, when he was holding on for a starting position. Troy Smith, Buckeyes. He looked uber athletic. Looked like he had the game right on the shoulders up, but the opportunities didn't present themselves really, and the talent didn't translate. It gets tougher when you go to that next level, man, because you're not playing with as much freedom as sometimes you're gifted or given in these college programs to go on the run. Go on the spur of things. But yeah, those 3 names come up. But Mariota, I had higher expectations.
All right,
It's a lot we're missing.
2 of these, probably all of them fooled the masses also. I had Ryan Leaf, and that's just because as a child, he was just the guy battling with Peyton Manning, so I just thought he was going to be good. I didn't know football like that.
He was at Washington State, right?
You said what?
He was at Washington State, right?
Yeah, same thing with Danny Werfel. I was a Gators fan. He was our quarterback. We won the championship. I just thought he was going to be good. But 2 of these people also, I should have known better, but I didn't. Mr. Amari said one of them, which was Vince Young. I really thought he was going to be like that. Surprised me. I thought he had all the tools. And and also Tua, your favorite quarterback. Coming into the NFL, I thought Tua was going to be a heck of a quarterback. Obviously, I'm wrong about all of these guys, but that's the people I thought that were actually going to be good. They fooled me when they got to the league.
I like Sam Bradford too. I thought Sam Bradford was going to be good.
Sam Bradford, yeah, first overall pick.
AJ McCarron, I liked him too. I thought he was going to be the one coming out of Alabama to kill the stereotypes.
All right.
What we count Pryor as?
Terrell Pryor?
Yeah.
Well, he ain't fooled me. I ain't think he was in the quarterback.
I liked his size, so I wanted him to be.
I like his
built through that.
athleticism and everything that he had, but I didn't think. I mean, no team wanted to really give him a shot at playing QB. He didn't want to give him a true shot. Then he didn't even want to play it.
All right, Mr. Amari, with no clear-cut QB1, what are the expectations for Pittsburgh, and even more so, the projected QB1 Will Howard? Is on you, Mr. Amari.
Well, I'll start with the expectations for Will Howard, which at that point is to walk out in the season and look like you learned something from last year. Granted, you didn't get any playing time whatsoever, spending most of the year on injured reserve. Look to see that you took some type of mental note or some mental reps from Aaron Rodgers and visually watching him play. Go out there and be serviceable, manage the game with the defense that you have and the weapons that you do maintain on offense, and just seek to be somewhat good. As far as any projected quarterbacks, as far as a potential Aaron Rodgers return, or even more so reaching into the draft to get a quarterback. If you get a rookie, you go out there, you put your best foot forward, you see what you got, see what it is. It's your rookie year. People are expecting mistakes. I don't necessarily know who they would try to get unless you get draft Todd Simpson in the first round. If he does fall, there's been a lot of speculation of him rising up the draft boards. But with Aaron Rodgers, I feel like you've seen everything you can get. So you got a 9-8 season last year. You're likely to get another 9-8 season with him again. Marching out there with Will Howard or a rookie, you likely to do worse, but at least you know the future of your team. So,
Any thoughts about that, Mr. KD?
Yeah, they don't have a quarterback plan. That's all I get out of it. And if you don't have a quarterback plan, you plan to fail. You got to give Will Howard a chance, though, because he's running up against that contract. So they have to give him a fair opportunity. But at the same time, if Aaron Rodgers say he wants to play, they're gonna let him play. So, yeah.
Hey, Mr. KD, I know we over with that segment, the injury report, but I don't know if you know, Joel Embiid is injured again. I think it's his appendage or something to that effect. Like, I don't know if you heard about it yet, but like, if it wasn't for bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck. Like, I think it's a 490 games played and 470 games missed. That's almost a 500 ratio.
Trust the process.
Process over. But with that being said, let's get to our March Madness. And we're going to end the recap of the March Madness and the championship games on the males and the women's side. But first of all, let's start with the foolishness of Geno with the confrontation on the sideline. What's your thoughts about this, Mr. KD?
Why was it foolish? Just a starting question. Why was it foolish? Or why was it deemed foolish? In your opinion.
I could use the word unnecessary, but I don't go with my mantra. Okay. Foolish, unnecessary, both are the same. Either way, like, and that what makes it foolish, quote unquote, because it was unnecessary.
So in hindsight, both of them could have handled the situation better, right?
What did she do?
So I see your opinion on it. You're saying that the whole outburst she had was you
saying the reaction?
Yeah, you're responsible. Just because every action that deserves a reaction, you're still responsible for your reaction. It's not like your reaction is, deemed you're not accountable to that. Or you're
I ain't gonna lie to you.
To.
You make me want to go watch it again because obviously you seen something I ain't seen. What did you see? I seen him try to shake her hand. I see the little confrontation, and she kind of walked past him. Like, what did you see that I'm missing? What you see?
Well, it's cameras everywhere, and the cameras was they called her saying she'll f Gino up or I beat Gino A, and then you could read her lips from what was said on her, and we can't really read Gino's lips because his back was to the camera. I think it was a bad light on um, the two pillars of women's college basketball, the two coaches that are at the top of the food chain. Gino started it, so there is a certain level of accountability that he owns up to, and then Don reacted to a spur of the moment thing. I think it was just these are probably, and I don't want to say this diminishing UCLA, but these are probably the top two women's college programs in the country, and that game, the magnitude of that game, the pressure of that game, and the magnitude of winning that game, everything was heightened. And sometimes we could lose ourselves. And those two are not excused by this because, like I said, they're the upper echelon. They're the trendsetters. But it was just a moment where everything was heightened. And I think both of them probably would have done things differently looking back on it. But Gino did start and escalate the situation, so he's going to be more held accountable to it. But I just think it was a moment. I think it was overblown. It was a highly competitive moment of two highly competitive coaches. It happens in the heat of war. Things happen. Now I wouldn't go as far as to call it foolish because I look into the background of that actual game and how it played out. Gino was frustrated for the majority of that game. He went into halftime frustrated and tried to say some things to kind of get, in his mind, a fair shot with the officiating. But I think that's where his discomfort and anger was really focused on. I just think the whole Dawn situation was him being out of character, or some people might say this is his character, but it was just a moment out of the realm of the professionalism that we expect from these two coaches of these two programs. But that's not going to diminish um, the season that these two programs had. It's not going to diminish the legacy that both of these coaches carry. Uh, the positive that comes away from it is that next year's UConn versus South Carolina matchup is heightened even more now. So it's good for the sport, as in what's to come from this rivalry. But it was a bad looking moment for the two pillars.
So what you told me, I didn't know. I didn't see the footage of her mouth and all the things you said. So I had no. So I'm surprised about that. But with that being said, something that's even a little more surprising, which you just alluded to, UCLA beating the Gamecocks, the Lady Gamecocks. What's your thoughts about that as they take home the national championship for the females?
Uh, Credit to them. They earned it. They dominated that championship game. I think South Carolina was so embedded in beating UConn, and they put so much into that game that I think UCLA got the opportunity and took advantage of jumping on South Carolina early, and they kind of controlled it for the majority of that game and dictated a lot. So I think they caught them with the slow start, and they did exactly what they're supposed to do as far as jumping on them and running and taking off with it. While South Carolina, was kind of lackadaisical at the beginning. But UCLA was just too big, man. We walk away from that game. UCLA won the points in the paint 40-28, and they won the rebounds by 10 plus margin. And then with South Carolina, it was hard for them to score on that size. And they ended up shooting sub 30. So it was a bad performance from the Gamecocks at the worst time. But I'm going to harp on UCLA's game plan, sticking to it and executing. And, they dominated that game.
All right. So let's transition to the men's league. The Michigan Wolverines knock off UConn to win the national championship. They kind of did it the way I predicted. They beat Arizona, then they beat UConn. Now they're holding the title. What's your thoughts about this? It's on you, Mr. KD.
You picked Michigan?
Yeah, I had Michigan. You had UConn, and Mr. Marvin had Arizona.
Kudos to you, man. I didn't know you knew basketball. What's up? Good job, man. But no, Michigan, they took it to UConn physicality wise, and that's not often said against that UConn program. But Michigan shot 28 free throws, and then UConn shot 33 3-pointers. And they shot 9. They only made 9 of them. So Michigan had an emphasis on transitioning in the paint, and the shots didn't fall for UConn on the outside from the outside. So, like I said, kudos to the champion. I never take nothing from the victorious team, but it was uncharacteristic the way it turned out for UConn when they couldn't match Michigan's physicality, and that kind of caught me off guard. I didn't expect that.
Yeah. It wasn't the physicality for me in particular. It was kind of like it was more game speed and everything else. And it started with the Arizona game in particular. When I seen they really put their foot to the gas and seen what happened when they were playing against Arizona, I was like, oh yeah, there's no way I could see UConn. Because I thought when everything came to the end, I feel that Michigan in particular had more bullets in the gun. Like if it had to be a shootout, they could win that way. If it had to be a slow grind game, they could win that game. I just felt like they had more to their arsenal. So, and sure, I just believe it was the better team.
Now, on that day they were. I'm not going to argue to diminish what they accomplished. I don't think they were a better team. I think, and that's not what March Madness is really about either. So it's not about being the better team of the tournament. It's about who was the better team that day. So that's what March Madness is. The Tar Heels are a better team than VCU. But on that day.
So, with that being said, if y'all want to hear our lively discussion, are we talking about
Mike Malone?
You say what?
Are we talking about Michael Malone? Or we just sweep? What are we doing?
Yeah. Speaking of that, go ahead. Now we got something in common. We got your scraps. You got your old head coach.
Yeah. Great hire by the Tar Heels. It hurts me to say this. They got the best guy on the market. I didn't know he was on the market, but hey, they got him. He wasn't on the shelf. They still wanted him. They called his phone. Multiple narratives say different things. Some say he wasn't open to it. Then he came around. I just basically said the check probably went up. They sent him a different offer, but they got the guy. That's probably the best fit. I know we said other names. I didn't even think or fathom Michael Malone going to the college level. But like I said, that North Carolina job is as close to that NBA job as you could possibly get, probably. So.
Yeah, he wasn't an option. Like, as far as we knew, the outsiders looking in, nobody had him on the radar. If he was on the radar, then I mean everybody else was on the radar if he was an option. But to your point, I think that's exactly what happened. Yesterday's price ain't today's prices. You offered me whatever yesterday. Now you come with a different type of money. Yeah.
Carolina Blue don't look that bad.
Yeah, it's close enough to that Denver Blue.
It's close enough to powder. It's close enough to powder.
And speaking of that, now I want you to join in on this too, Mr. Amari. I'm asking this question because pre-2000 in the NBA in particular, they had to wear suits. But in the college game, they still got to wear suits. But now in the professional game, they kind of wear the athletic, scratchy type of material, whatever the case may be. Which one do y'all prefer? And I'm going to ask you about the football game too, but I'll get to that in the second part.
I don't think they have
stretchy material.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of breathable. Like it's like made by Nike. Like they ain't like just button up zipper. It's like them 3/4, and they kind of. I don't know.
You don't have to wear suits. You don't have to wear suits in college.
Not have to, but basically they still wear suits. That's basically my question. Which one do you prefer though?
Me, the athletic look.
I mean, I prefer, being that I was in it, I prefer the athletic warm-ups. It allows you to.
He talking about coaches, though, Mar.
Coaches? Oh, I mean, who cares?
No, I'm just asking the question. Which one you prefer? Hey, well, take it as you the coach. If you the coach and you prefer to have the suit on,
I'm definitely wearing athletic. I'm definitely
wearing the athletic wear because I know. I mean, I can't. I'm an animated speaker, so it's like you're not gonna be able to do but so much within a suit. It restricts a lot.
I'm gonna be moving. I need to.
Yeah, it's like.
Now I get where it originated. They wanted to establish the difference. We're not on the same level. These are my players. I am the coach. So that sort of formal business wear created a line of separation. But it was just a visual thing because your job didn't change no matter what you had on.
Yeah.
So
that's adapting. And that's why I'm asking the question though, Mr. KD, because personally, I like the suit look better, But if I was a coach, I'm right there with y'all. I don't be sweating all that. So that 3-piece suit, it's gonna be hot as a mug. 82 games. I prefer the way the athletic look. But that's the point I'm getting at. So, like, for instance, in the NFL, and this is why I'm asking you, Mr. Meyer, they used to wear suits as coaches. Now they wear the athletic wear. Me personally, I
That was a
can't.
poor decision in the first place.
You said
Because
what,
why would
sir?
Yeah, I
you?
don't know.
That was a
I
poor
never
decision in the
understood that
first
part.
place. You want to wear a
Football.
a
Yeah.
4-piece suit when in September when the games are starting. It's hot.
I
Yeah.
never understood why they wore suits for football. Like basketball, I kind of got because it's a
You
temperature
indoors.
controlled environment. I was in football. I don't know what you look crazy with a suit going up and down that
You look
sideline.
silly.
You
And
look
that's the point I'm
silly.
getting at. I think because we only seen them wear this stuff, athletic wear, it don't look normal to us. But if you ask somebody older, they probably like, yeah, I love the suits. The suit, they need to bring that back. And I'm kind of saying the same thing on the basketball side. Like me personally, I seen when they switch. I prefer the suits, even though I understand why they switch. And it's probably way, way, way more comfortable. But if I had a choice, I would have NBA back in the suits. But I'm right there with y'all when it comes to the NFL. I feel like the athletic wear just make more sense. And I believe you're gonna get way colder in a suit than you is with all the stuff that you can have on, all the apparel.
You look crazy running up and down that sideline moving the chains in a suit. Like that
But that's
never made
that's
sense to
because
me.
we
In
ain't used to it no more,
basketball, at
Mr. KD.
least you got a small amount of space you can actually travel. So basketball, size like okay, my cousin is a coach right now, so I'll speak from him. And he's younger than me, so he's from a different generation. He prefers suits, but at the same time, he only does it probably 2 to 3 times out throughout the season. Because okay, I appreciate the look it gives, but at the same time, I want to be comfortable. I need to be comfortable on the sideline. So I could flex with a suit every 2 or 3 times. But in this 12-game season, I'm wearing my athletic, well, not even athletic, just the polo and the slacks. I'm wearing that more than I'm putting on the suit.
And personally, I probably do the same thing. Even though I'm arguing for the suit look, if I was out there, I know I'd be wearing athletic wear. But with that being said, let's get to so in other NBA news with Mr. KD. What teams, you can pick one in the West, one in the East, or they can both be in East or West. But what teams looking like fool's goals to you? Meaning, head into the playoff, they may be on a winning streak, or they may be in the 5th seed. They may be looking good like a strong contender. But you and I know they will not be getting past the first round.
Hawks. Out east, the Hawks. I'm not even saying they're looking good to me. I'm just saying they are on a bit of a run. They're climbing the standards up to the 5th seed right now. But I don't care if their record was what it was 2 months ago or it is what it is now. I still look at them as the same type of team as far as a contender in the playoffs. And I got them with an early exit. But with that said, what they are doing is capitalizing on their youth and they're developing. That's what happens when you have a younger team. They're developing, so therefore we can build off of this next year, and that'll be the real one they were paying attention to. But the Hawks out east, out west, I went with Phoenix. I had multiple teams, but I'm gonna pick those two to just harp on, and we can move. Phoenix, I don't think they are a viable threat to anybody in the West, and they're in the play, and it's not guaranteed they're even gonna make it. But they put together some strings and some runs that might fool some people, but then it's not fooling me. I don't have no fools goal in the West because I know the cream of the crop is the top dogs. Unless somebody want to count Houston, but I wouldn't even count Houston as fool's goal.
So my two and only two I had was Atlanta and the Hornets. And I was kind of flipping a coin which one I'm going to go with. But since you went with the Hawks, just for argument's sake, I'm going to go with the Hornets. Yeah, out of all the teams, I don't see them getting past the first round. But the only thing is they might be playing the Hawks in the 4-5 seed. I don't know exactly what the seeding is, but if that's the case, one of them got to win.
Hornets is like 7th.
You said what, sir?
Hornets like 7th, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, all right, that's good. They ain't gonna play each other. But long story short, I don't believe in them. Now they have been looking good lately, and if they're smart, they'll do what it takes to build upon this for next season. But that's if they're smart. But
Who is that you're talking about? Atlanta?
the Hornets, I don't like Atlanta. They got a little young nucleus building. I see what they doing, but the Charlotte in particular, I just think they 1-2 pieces away, especially some veterans. They need somebody that can just make sure they stay right the ship.
I like Charlotte this year. I like what they're doing this year as far
You
as
gotta let them young boys have fun. Them young boys out there having fun and they balling.
you got to think this is Charles Smith's first year. So what they've been able to do this year is is encouraging. But when you got young guys, you just expect them to continue to develop, and if they do that, they'll be all right. Especially out east. Out east.
All right. So, Mr. KD, our top 5 passers of all
I
time.
got some other news to talk about. The Denver Nuggets are on a 10-game win streak. Since we have picked up our health, we've gotten some of our guys back. We got AG back. We got PY and lost them. But Jamal has been healthy. Cam Johnson is picking up. Christian Brown is getting back into his rhythm. I know nobody else wants to speak about it because we're too busy caught up in the new fancy things. Is it OKC or the San Antonio Spurs? But yeah, the Denver Nuggets on a 10-game win streak.
That was basically our next topic. So I'm gonna get to that game in particular, the battle of the international bids.
I don't care
The
about
thoughts
that.
about that, and
10
y'all
straight
10
wins.
games. You said what, Mr. KD?
10 straight wins.
Yeah, and I'm about to say, and y'all winning streak of a whole. Go ahead and speak about your Denver Nuggets. Whatever else you got to say.
I get tired of it just getting swept under the rug, man. Like I understand that we do it for Jokic, but now we just sweep the. If let me get a team. If the Spurs was on a 10-game win streak, well, they were actually.
And we swept that under the rug.
Then they ran into who? Never mind. We go in there. We go there next. Or the Thunder when they go on their runs, we're talking about it everywhere. Boston, we're talking about it everywhere. But when it happens in Denver, let's talk about the Hornets. People want to talk about it. They avoid the elephant in the room. Just skip past them. But hey, I love it. I love being under the radar. I love feeling disrespected because that just heightens the fire.
But Mr. KD, this is why I gotta hold your foot to the fire. You got a chance to come up here every week and give him the player of the week. Just like this week, you talked about all the great things he did, but you still ain't get it. So you get on the SGA. If you want to give your man, you can give him some props. You got
with the player of the week that we do. I've been doing it off of who was actually won. And they usually get it right. They usually get it right.
If you sometimes got to Bigfoot that joint and just go ahead and pitch your boy up there, I mean that's what you're saying. He ain't getting enough.
But you don't want me to do that because then it might get too repetitive. He's probably in the argument every week, so it might be repetitive. Let's just keep it unbiased and consistent in what the NBA sees, and I can just disagree with them. I have enjoyment and I have fun with doing that.
But even with
like
that,
you said, Spurs Nuggets. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was about to say the clash of the international bigs. It came down to the end, went to overtime. What's your thoughts about this? And not just that game in particular, but just those two, the NBA landscape and the Nuggets in particular.
I want to keep beating up on him while he's still a adolescent in the game, so to say. Because once he gets it going, these opportunities are going to be few and far between. I am a firm believer that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it will be Wemby's league. And so while we still have the opportunity as him gaining ground and figuring things out, I need Big Bro Jokic to keep laying it to him and winning these matchups so that we can get a head start because he's going to chase us down eventually once he get things going. But specifically on that game, 34-18-7 by Wemby. He was phenomenal on the defensive end as well. Jokic just had a little bit more in the bag for him. And defense was great in a lot of situations, but it's just the craftiness of Jokic and the creativity that he's able to do or make. It threw off the timing for Wemby and his defensive closeouts. But the most important thing, we got the W. And it was important because they was on that run. They looked like they were unbeatable. And we had to put our foot down on that one. So it was a great game. I love the way it turned out. The win was the beautiful part about it. And then it continued our streak while we ended theirs.
All right. So let me get to this question I'm dying to ask you. Because I feel that we don't feel he's on the same level, but maybe so. The top 5 passers of all time. And I give you one honorable mention.
Well, Jokic is definitely in there. Yeah. What I got as my 5 is Jokic, Magic, LeBron, Stockton, J. Kidd.
You got a 5, Mr. Amari?
Magic, Stockton, Steve Nash, Jokic, Chris Paul.
Nash and Chris Paul was my honorable mentions. So we in the same round, but you're not gonna keep LeBron off that list.
LeBron would be my honorable mention, if anything. Or Rondo.
I thought about Rondo, but he can't. I was personally a Rondo fan, but if I talk about the names of these people that we just named, I can't put
But
him
yeah,
there.
it's like to put Rondo. It's like,
One of my personal favorites, but I can't put him there.
Yeah, he almost made my honorable mention, but I kind of had to do it kind of like a tier. And then this is where I'm kind of right there with you. I got LeBron, Jokic, the old Isaiah, LeBron, Jokic, the old Isaiah Thomas. That's my next tier. So the first is Magic, CP3, Kid, Nash, and who am I missing? And Stockton.
so you only get 5 in an honorable mention. So you said
Yeah,
11
yeah.
names.
That's why I say I had tiered because the second part of the question is where I kind of ranked him as the all-time passer. He in my top 10, and I didn't even think I had him that high. I thought he was going to be maybe out the top 10, somewhere out there. And he's the only person 6'10" and above, the only true big man. And there's no other big man because I got all the way to 15, and there's still no other big man in the top 15. And when I say big man, I'm talking about power forwards included, except for LeBron, if you call him a power forward.
I
All
can't
right?
think of another true passing big outside of a Pau Gasol or LaMarcus Aldridge.
I'm not even gonna argue with the guy. I'm just gonna
Like
let it stay in the air. I'm not even gonna say nothing.
that's literally
Let it
it.
go.
It's like they still nowhere near
No, that's
what
what I said.
Jokic
There is
was.
none. Like I went, so I
No, I'm
wrote
not.
50.
If you're at the point where you're never mind.
No, I ain't comparing. I said there is no competition as the
No,
all-time greatest.
what I'm saying is, you don't separate Jokic to big men category. He's in the greatest passers, positionless category. So when you
Yeah, I
talk about
told
other
you
big men,
he ended up making my top 8.
I ain't about to argue, man.
He ended up making my top 8. That's great of
Thank you.
all-time passes.
So
And almost everybody I got above him.
the man that's third all time in triple doubles is the top 8 passers of all time.
Yeah, so out of the list, who you taking off? Who you taking off? I know you ain't taking Magic,
I
Nash.
said my name. I said my guys. What are you talking about? Who I'm taking off? I said my guys already.
I think me and you differ. But I think CP3. I think that would be different. I don't think you had Chris Paul on your list.
He's my honorable mention.
Yeah, that would be different. Yeah, I had Chris Paul in my top 5. But with that being said, Mr. Amari, I guess we finally know, and this is our WWE update. I guess we finally know who Randy Orton had called or who he been calling as he take his shot for the goal. What's your thoughts about this, Mr. Amari?
I don't really know what Pat McAfee would have to do with anything. It don't. I mean, I guess you can call him a voice of reason, but I feel like Randy Orton has a few voices in his head and give him some reasoning with a lot of things. And then with the way things turned out, I feel like it was already preordained to that, so it didn't really matter as much. But I'm looking forward to the whole showcase between Randy and Cody. Not exactly sure as far as like just being the spokesman for the fight or being the voice in Randy's corner is what impact Pat McAfee will really have on WrestleMania and the output of this match. But like I said, I am looking forward to it and I will be tuned in.
TKO is screwing the storylines of the WWE. They're so embedded into the ratings and the numbers, and they're reaching for celebrities to bring and get them engaged and involved. But sometimes you have to stay faithful to the storyline. The storyline was written. Well, I ain't gonna say was written, but it's blatantly out there for the voice that Randy Orton would be talking to be Bob Orton. It's written there. It's so much you can play off of that. You can play off of the Dusty Rhodes factor. You can play off of the second generation, third generation superstars. Like it's so much there for the storyline for you to bring Pat McAfee out of the blue. I don't believe that was a Triple H call. I think that was them overpowering what he probably thought was best. But yeah, I personally, my opinion on it is, who cares if Pat McAfee is the person that he was talking to? You killed the
So
whole narrative now. So
I got
now,
a bigger question for you, IT. What do you think about celebrity involvement in the WWE anyway.
I think it should be WrestleMania in particular is they bring the stars out. So that in particular, I can see stars being in WrestleMania, but it should be something special about it. Hey, Pat McAfee is already associated with WWE, so it's not nothing new. That's the first thing, and secondly, it need to be a bang to it. Like, oh my God, you believe they brought like even when they brought Snoop out at that one time, like it used to be special. Now is the bigger question is what's the purpose behind it? And this is why I want to go to both of y'all with CM Punk latest pipe bomb. And he kind of touched on a lot of stuff that Mr. Amari is alluding to and what Mr. KD just spoke about. Are they really meaning what is it, RKO or whatever it's called? Are they really messing up the WWE?
TKO.
Like what is going on? Like I just want y'all thoughts about the pipe bomb, which I seen going on, and to Mr. Amari point about the celebrities being involved with WWE so heavily.
I think WrestleMania, any of the main pay-per-views, although they do bring out a lot of stars, as you already noted too, uh, these are experiences for the true watchers of wrestling, the true WWE fanatics, the true wrestling fans. This is their type. This is their experience. So, as CM Punk dropped in his pipe bomb, talking about ticket prices, dropping prices so true wrestling fans could go and be in attendance instead of all these stars who pay thousands of dollars to show up. I can definitely agree and attest to it, and as well as a few other things that he did talk about, referring to his counterpart in Roman Reigns. But there's as far as celebrity involvement, like Katie already stated, it's it's a lot more celebrity involvement happening now than you would have seen in past eras with Vince.
Even then,
So,
when we had the celebrities, not to cut you,
oh no, you
when
good?
we had the celebrities, it was a story developed with these celebrities. It's not just throw one here, throw one here. Why is I Show Speed just thrown into a 6-man match? Why is Jelly Roll showing up on Monday Night Raw more than the WWE champion is? Like, why does Pat McAfee come from nowhere and he's the one that you've been building up these phone calls, anonymous phone calls to? It's a certain level of laziness. They're not taking the time and planning it out to develop that celebrities play in the storyline. They're just throwing them in there to get a grab or to get those quick reviews and whatever. And that's not the business and the art of the business or what it was established to be. So, hey, I don't like it. But maybe that's because I've seen it done a more meticulous way in past eras.
And Mr. KD, was you speaking about basically what I lived through, how WCW failed, and they failed when non-wrestling people took over. And these are the type of conversations people was having. Now WWE, I believe, too big to fail or too big to fall, but it's severely hurting them. Even to CM Punk point, when you're just looking at the attendance and the numbers and all of that, these things are you being hurt. So even if it's not a direct fall, it's taking a little shine off that trophy a little bit. What's your thoughts about that, Mr. Amari?
Nah, I do think, like you said, it's kind of where as a celebrity back in the day would be more of like you said, a shining trophy. You kind of get a new face to this chaos that we see every Monday or Friday. Um, because I mean, grew up on the part where Floyd Mayweather came in with the Big Show and how they built that all the way up to that being one of the main events for WrestleMania, and there was a true storyline with it because Big Show had the strongest right hand being the weapon of mass destruction, and Floyd Mayweather was an undefeated boxer, so they put it to a test, and that was the thing. But now, like Katie mentioned, you got Asho Speed being thrown into tag team matches and popping out with brass knuckles and knocking out other wrestlers. This doesn't fit. You just threw him in here, gave him a little bit of training because the ratings were down, and you found an easier way to boost them because Asho Speed is one of the top streamers in the world.
So we're going to capitalize on his viewership. We're not going to put effort into it. We're just going to capitalize off of it with low to minimal to none put towards it. But really, I don't know. It seems lazy, and you don't win in the long. Like wrestling has always been a long game, and that's what Vince's one of Vince's uh, uh, strengths and pros was. He knew how to develop the program, and it doesn't look developed right now. It just looks thrown together, and we're just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. And when you come to WrestleMania season, that ain't gonna work, man. Yeah, it has to be more thought out.
And Mr. KD, two words come to mind as you speak, and I wonder the next people we speak about, do this also go with it? Sporadic and lazy. I think those two things I'm hearing you say that it just seemed very sporadic and very lazy. And with that being said, this also a WrestleMania match. Gunther and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Do you think this also lazy and sporadic? What's your thoughts, Mr. KD?
Hold on, just to close that last one because I didn't say this part. If for some reason Bob Orton was to play in health or something unforeseen popped up and they said we can't do that no more and they was forced against it and they went with Pat, I can deal with that a little better. But I just think the storyline was out there for them to grab and I think they missed the opportunity. But with Gunther and Seth, what's different is we see the variables that came into the way of these two meeting up. Like Braun Breaker got injured. Bronson Reed got injured. Rey Mysterio got injured. It was certain storylines that they were building, and then something happened that they had to swerve and call an audible. And when you look at the talent of these two guys, it's no way possible you can have WrestleMania without them on the card. And if we can't find nothing for them to do, with short time left, we know that even if they don't have a storyline, their in-ring capabilities can steal the show. So I'm not against the Gunther and Seth WrestleMania match because I know they're gonna put on a good performance, and I also understand what put them in this situation, be it the injuries that took place along the storyline.
No, I definitely think, like you said, that there was a lot in this whole situation with Gunther and Seth Rollins that I feel like had to be audible. I mean, with Seth being injured at one point, to like you said, with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and Rey Mysterio. Even though Rey Mysterio did say that he might he might be put into the match in WrestleMania, but
Oh no, he in the match.
Oh, he is in the match now.
He in the ladder match. He joined the ladder match.
Oh, I don't know. That's the one that you want to come back from injury for. But
that man, he didn't want to get retired by Gunther. He said, "I'm hurt." As soon as Gunther had a match, he said, "Oh yeah, I'm healthy." Oh, you got him fighting Seth? Well, I'm good now. I'm good. Put me on.
Yeah, I don't want to see a Rey Mysterio retirement match already. My man done retired AJ and John. Fight somebody else,
buddy. You was next.
All right. Speaking about what's next, Mr. KD, these are official battle for the end of season awards. So we're gonna do our all defensive team first and second team. I'm gonna start with you, then go to Mr. Marvin, then I finish up.
Just to pinpoint on what you put in the notes, it's positionless now because you put in the notes front court, back court. Did you want us to do that, or are we doing it by the?
Yeah, I thought it was still front court, back court, so it can be 5 forwards and it still go.
Yeah, it's position. You can have all centers if you want.
Oh nah, so yeah, the way you wrote it down, just do it the way you got it.
Wemby.
Yeah, first team: Wemby, Chet, Rudy, Dyson Dames out of Atlanta. And Scotty Barnes out of Toronto for the first team.
Okay, so we had four of the same ones, which was Scotty, Chet, Rudy, and Wemby. I had what's his Castle?
Casey Wallace. Yeah, he was on my second
Casey
team.
Wallace.
Yeah. Yeah, my second team. Hold up, did Dyson Dames make the second team?
Yeah.
Okay. My second team was Derek White, Casey Wallace, OG, Anunoby, Evan Mobley, and Lou Dort.
I don't
think
I had Lou Dort. I think I had Jay Will. J-Dub.
What? He ain't played enough games. He ain't eligible.
Didn't? Oh, well.
Is he? I don't think he eligible.
I thought he was eligible.
He missed dang near the whole season, I think.
Oh, yeah.
J Dub was out for a minute. Now, if he's eligible, I don't think he's eligible. I just don't. But Case and Wallace, I'm with you. He got to get on one of the teams. Dyson, if you got him on second, I'm not gonna argue with you. As long as he make one of them, we good. Did you have Derek White?
Yeah.
Okay.
Derek White gonna make an All NBA team somewhere.
You have to put him somewhere. You got to justify
He's somewhere.
his worth.
He go.
And that
be
goes
somewhere.
to show. That goes to show why he's in that best third option category, because the man is conducive to winning in so many different facets. Yeah.
Really.
So I'm gonna just do my first team. The Thompson twin, Derek White, Wemby, Chet, and then I said I got Scotty Barnes on my first team.
Thompson. You talking about Amen?
Nah, the other one. I got you on my second team.
So Rudy don't make neither team?
Nah, Rudy's second team, and then I had Bam, and I would debate between him and Evan Mobley, and OG and Chris Dunn.
So Scotty Barnes don't make it at all.
Scotty Barnes
was first team.
He was first team.
I can't hear what he's saying. I'm telling you, going. So who didn't make it that I'm trying to miss? Dyson Daniels?
Yeah, he didn't make it.
He didn't have Dyson Daniels or Keyshawn Wallace.
Or Derek White.
He didn't say Wemby at all.
No, Wemby, Derek White, and Chet all on first team.
Oh, Wemby, Derek White, and Chet first team. Okay.
And who the other two on the first team?
The Thompson twin
And
Scotty Barnes.
So Case and Wallace is where?
Nowhere.
Oh no, I ain't got on my team. I'm the team, first or second.
Shoot. So Case and Wallace and Dyson Daniels don't make neither one of your teams.
No sir.
Okay, well you ain't gonna watch it.
You ain't gonna laugh.
Watch it.
That Chris Dunn spot is up for grabs, so they might, you know what I mean. But it's the official ballot, so I'm taking Chris Dunn. But with that being said,
who Chris Dunn play for? IT?
The LA Clippers.
Okay.
But he didn't say Kawhi.
Well, I'm just trying to see when did the Clippers come up? When do the Clippers come up as a defense? Like if we naming the guys that we named, they lay their head on. These are defensive teams.
Top 5 in steals and deflection right now. I'm talking about Chris Dunn. That is, he's top 5 in steals and deflection.
Have you looked at Case? Since you want to bring up numbers, have you looked up Case and Wallace?
Nah, I don't know his numbers off the top of my head. Nah, you can bring your numbers up. Go ahead.
No, I don't have them in front of me, but I'm telling you, he's over. Who he's up to? Chris Dunn. Let me pull him up. You're right.
And like I said, Chris Dunn and Bam, them two spots is the spots that's most up for debate.
Case and Wallace is averaging 2 steals a game.
Enough said.
Let's look up Chris Dunn since you want to bring him up. Averaging 1.3. Dyson Daniels, 2 steals a game. So we got 2 guys. One is at 1.9 and one is at 2, and your guy's at 1.3. I said, or what did I say?
Yeah, he said 1.3.
1.3. Ain't gonna work.
Now, this is my question to you, Mr. KD, before we get to the next topic. If I take Chris Dunn out, which one of those two take his spot?
Both. You take him. You probably can take somebody else off. Let me see who else you got. I ain't mad at your Bam. I'm not mad at Bam. I wouldn't put him, but I ain't mad at Bam. It was a name that I was mad at. Let me see. I gotta remember what you said. Scotty, Wemby, Chet, Derek White on the first team. You got OG on yours. You didn't put Evan Mobley.
Nah, Evan Mobley was debating. Him and Bam was my debate.
So what's your second team again? I'm gonna tell you right now who you need to take off.
OG, Bam, the other Thompson twin, and that's who you probably missing.
Him.
It was the other Thompson.
I personally believe Amen should come up before him.
No, that's what it is. I got both of them. I got the other one.
You got both twins.
Yeah, I got one on first team, one on second team.
Oh, okay. Well, there go the problem. Okay. Well, there we go.
All right, well, there go the problem.
You can take both of them off and put guys like Case and Wallace and Dyson Daniels in there.
Problem solved. All right, that's our official battles for our defensive teams. We'll see how many we got right, and leave it to us. We got them all right. So we're going to debate.
All wrong. Yeah, I had March Madness all the way wrong.
But this is our Golden Jacket versus series. So last week we debated the class of 2018, 2014. That draft, who had the better class?
17
and 18, right?
Yeah, you said 14.
Oh, sorry about that. But now we're going to use who got the most Hall of Famers? So obviously it's going to be a prediction because most of these players are not Hall of Fame eligible yet. But off the trajectory that they headed to, who got the most Hall of Famers and why? And I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari.
Like I said, it would be the 2018 draft class, being that they start with names such as Patrick Mahomes, Myles Garrett.
Whoa. You said
What?
18?
18.
Thought they were 17.
No. Yeah, you're right. 17. Because
Oh, so you trying
2018,
to
that's
take my
Lamar.
guys.
2018 is Lamar now.
You trying to take my guys, man.
Trying to take your guys.
I said 2017, didn't I? That's what the note said.
So, last week, yeah, you did say 2017. He's a whole separate question.
Oh, so who was preaching up 18?
I mean, obviously nobody if we picking the right answer.
Yes, 27. Okay, go ahead, my fault. But yeah, but that was the 17 guys.
Yeah, 2017 with Patrick Mahomes, Myles Garrett, Christian McCaffrey. You got Fred Warner in the later rounds and with the T.J. Watt and a whole bunch of other guys. It's like based
George
off
Kittle.
different, yeah, George Kittle. Based off position, you're talking about these are all guys that are in the upper echelon in their position groups. Arguably some of the top guys in their positions in the league across the whole NFL. So if they've maintained that level of consistency and impact, even now into soon to be, well, not even soon to be, it's been soon to be year 10. Um, and especially with, I believe, Myles Garrett and TJ Watt alone, just being two guys within the first round of that draft, putting up a combined 240 plus sacks. That's Hall of Fame numbers as well as Patrick Mahomes, is 3-time Super Bowl champion.
So
How many?
I
Go
thought
ahead.
this was set to put us against each other. No, this is gonna be a nice quick segment.
But I want y'all to get the other side too. Like, how many Hall of Fames on the other team that you didn't go for?
You got Josh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson, Jair, I believe Roquan. If I had to pick a number, I would think there's at least 10 to 12 Hall of Famers coming out of the 2017 draft class. And there's 4 just in the first round with Patrick Mahomes, Myles Garrett, Christian McCaffrey, and TJ Watt.
And then, like you say, the later rounds is spooky too.
Yeah, so it's like there's 4 coming out of just the first round. So I think there's definitely a chance for at least 12 to come out of the 2017 draft class.
Yeah, I thought this was putting 2017 versus. I thought you was on team 2018.
I mean, I could argue for 2018 and be wrong.
What you got, Mr. KD?
Oh, I'm team 2017. That's what I said. I said that last segment we had where it was the best draft class of the last decade. Yeah, and that's the reason, because the talent has developed into Hall of Fame talent all throughout that whole draft. So yeah, we're talking about Trey Hendrickson. These are later round picks that we still can put up as in the top in the league at what they do. David Njoku, these are later round picks that still are at the upper echelon for their positions. Deion Dawkins.
The only good thing he said about Buffalo since his podcast launch.
I mean, in 2018, I got Josh Allen.
There you go.
2 positive things.
Y'all had a good 2-year run. When did y'all draft?
I was about to say, when was Tre'Davious White drafted?
I'm not even going to say it.
I ain't gonna lie, I have no idea. This wasn't much of a fight. So let's get to something where it's a little better of a fight as our versus cruiserweight draft of all time.
Well, I mean, I won't rate.
I knew where you was going. I already had my next one. That's good. I'm cool with going second.
That's cool.
You got Ray.
Yep.
I got Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go CB, Chris Benoit.
He was in my list. Like, is he a cruiserweight? Because he was
I'm about
small,
to say,
but he
is he
never
a
was a cruiserweight.
I mean that just lets me know that we open this up, and now I can.
He actually fought in WCW as a cruiserweight, fought for the title, fought in the cruiserweight division and everything.
Yeah, because that was even small, but we always put him when you
at that point. It's like I can go.
Heavyweight.
I said I can go Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was in the cruiserweight division.
That's what I'm saying. Once you go Chris Benoit this early,
Matt Hardy's a cruiserweight.
No, he's not.
He's not a cruiserweight.
Once you go Benoit this early, then
Hold
the
on, hold
door's
on.
wide
You
open.
can't win the
Just
world
for the,
heavy.
just
Well,
for
I
the
mean,
rules.
technically, Ray
The
did that shit,
cruiserweight
bro.
is just basically if you was in the cruiserweight division. If you aged out or got bigger, we still like just if you was a cruiserweight for 5 years and now you're whatever, you still cruiserweight. That still count. So it was on you, Mr. Amari.
That way, I'm actually gonna take Chris Jericho.
That's where I was gonna go. Yeah, because the door wide open now. I'm gonna go Billy Kidman.
Ah,
That's a good one. I'm going the man of 1,000 moves, Dean Malenko.
Well, you might as well just put the whole thing.
Ultimo Dragon.
You want Perry Saturn next? I had
You
Ultimo
already
up
said it. Said
there.
Ultimo.
X-Pac.
That's great. But since you asked about him earlier, I'm gonna take his brother, Mr. Amari. I'm going Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy never wrestled cruiserweight.
Yes, he has. Trust me. I looked them all up. He wrestled cruiserweight.
Hold up, I'm missing somebody. Who had Matt Hardy?
No, I just said his name when he was like,
okay.
"We gonna open the gates."
Okay, yeah.
Let me get Chavo Guerrero.
That's a good one. He was on the draft board. I'm going.
What do we got? We at 5 now.
Nah, 4. I'm going. Juventud. His arrow was too short. I'm going Psychosis.
Psychosis.
I'm going Neville.
I'm just saying stuff.
Cruiserweight champion in WWE.
Yeah, and then the title got discontinued. See, I would have rather you just took another high flyer because it's like at that point, like you said, the list gets short. I mean, now I'm gonna take the Matt Hardy pick. Actually, now I'm gonna take that.
Good one.
Best I got now.
Yeah,
At this point, it's like they ain't never wrestled cruiserweight, but they small enough to. I would just say Ricochet.
I'm putting. I might be able to pick Sean at this point. We just going to smaller guys.
Nah, it's good. Everybody that name, even though they small, trust me, they all 4. I had to go do deep dive.
Jeff Hardy is not small.
He was a cruiserweight.
He said he wrestled cruiserweight. I ain't never seen him wrestle cruiserweight match.
Once you get off the internet, look it up.
So
you got one. I got one left. We the last 2 picks.
Yeah, but you got guys that ain't eligible. And the crazy thing is, this is the one category that I personally believe a lot of WCW guys are going to infiltrate the list because they cared and they put a lot of time and effort into the cruiserweight division.
Jeff Hardy won the world. He won the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship.
And what it said about him wrestling as a cruiserweight? Ask me, tight did he ever wrestle cruiserweight?
Notable run. Ever.
Not notable run. Did he ever wrestle as a cruiserweight?
That's literally what it says. That's all it says. It's a notable run. And it says a notable run as a cruiserweight.
And what does that mean? 2 weeks?
No, I don't know. Hey. I don't know what the span of that is, but
everybody I named is no questions whether they was a cruiserweight or not.
Everybody I named, no questions.
A lot of people don't say Benoit was a cruiserweight. A lot of people.
But he
I missed
one. I introduced him as a cruiserweight. That's how I know, especially all the people you named from WCW, the Rascals and all them. Because the dude you named, you still could pick him, and he's of a certain weight. But by him being short like Benoit,
Saturday no goddamn cruiserweight. See, that's what I'm saying. A cruiserweight. So we're saying cruiserweight based off their size, not what they wrestled. Just the size.
They actually wrestle in WCW under cruiserweight. They wrestle in the cruiserweight division because they short and stocky. They still under 220. It's just that they bulky, but they 210, 5'9". They muscular, but these are not tall guys.
So that's what I'm saying. You're going off of size.
I'm going off the people that wrestle in the cruiserweight division.
Because Jeff Hardy is not. He doesn't fit neither one of those categories.
He wrestles in the cruiserweight division. And he's not a big guy. Jeff Hardy's not big.
Jeff Hardy 225.
Okay.
Right now, you gotta think about how long he been in the thing. I'm still waiting on you, Mr. KD. I got my last pick before we get out of here. You got a whole list. I know you got somebody in there.
Yeah, I got real eligible cruiserweights.
Well, Sam, all you need is one.
I'm gonna go Shane Helms, Hurricane Helms.
Hurricane Helms.
Hey, she was Shane before Hurricane when he was really
You
that
should have
dude in the
said
WCW.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I can
And
see anybody right now.
y'all about to cuss me out about this one because this is another one that right
Edge.
on the cruiserweight. Nah,
Edge. You want Edge?
Christian.
Christian. We can go all over the board. Where you want to go with
Christian
this one?
wrestles as a cruiserweight. That's the
Right.
if you wrestle as a cruiserweight, you can't now just take that from him
Right.
just because he's no longer a cruiserweight.
Right.
We still have people like Conan, like you said, Paris Saturn. We had some names out there.
You're right. I should have said Rob Van Dam just because.
Right.
Oh no, nah. Well, I don't think he ever wrestled as a cruiserweight, but
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
If he did, he basically fit the bill. He's a prime example of them stocky short dudes. He's a prime example. What's the dude named?
Big as hell.
You said what?
We could say Sabu then. We could go all over with this.
If they wrestle under cruiserweight, yes, you could have.
It was only literally one program that really weighed cruiserweights that way that you're talking about. It was only the WCW.
But if you wrestled as a cruiserweight and you went other places still with that guy, no, I mean that's still whole weight. Like for instance, we said Rey Mysterio. We understand why you're on the list. He wrestled in WCW as a cruiserweight a long time ago. He been stopped doing that.
He went to the WWE as a
cruiserweight. Of a cruiserweight.
When he first went to the WWE, he was a cruiserweight. He was the cruiserweight champion.
He's been a cruiserweight his whole career. His whole career he's been a cruiserweight.
Are you saying he's a cruiserweight because of his size? Or you saying because they didn't even have no cruiserweight belt until a certain time? They had it, they lost it.
I thought when you said cruiserweight, we were talking about, like, first off, 9 times out of 10, if they was a luchador, they was a cruiserweight. 9 times out of 10, because they all were small built and high fly. They fit that mold. So Ray is the epitome. If we was to draw up cruiserweight, Ray is it.
I believe Ray is. I'm just saying that he wasn't always a cruiserweight in majority of his career. He had the heavyweight champion. That's what I'm saying now from him being
he was a cruiserweight with the heavyweight championship. That's the same thing. Just like Eddie Guerrero. He was a cruiserweight with the heavyweight championship. That doesn't mean he's not a cruiserweight.
My whole point is you wrestle as a cruiserweight, you on the cruise, you can make this list, you eligible for this list. But let's get to
I should have knew that. If you would have told that to me, I got some names I could have said, man. Owen Hart. There's a lot of guys I could have brought up like that. Yeah, Miz. We could have went all over the board with this if I knew.
John Morrison.
If you had any time as a cruiserweight, you were eligible. I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you wrestle as a cruiserweight, and this is the second part of it. So
I
Mr.
want to say Big Show. Let me look this up real quick.
You said Big Show did it?
I swear he won the belt. I swear he won the belt.
I want to say it was hardcore. I don't know if it was cruiserweight.
Under 225. That's what the cruiserweight definition is.
That's why I said 220. They all not still 220. Rey Mysterio ain't even the size he was when he first came into the in wrestling. He's way bigger.
He didn't put weight on and he still ain't 225.
Yeah. He probably only 200 pounds, but he's very short also. That's my point. A lot of these guys are short guys. Like Rob Van Dam, maybe 230 or 220, but
so he doesn't qualify
anymore. But when he was Rob Van Dam, ECW and all that, he wasn't as big as he is now. You said what?
He still ain't qualified.
Nah, you qualified. Once you wrestle as a cruiserweight, you qualified.
I say, is Jeff Hardy a cruiserweight? What are you talking about?
All right, well, as you're doing that, you can answer this question. With the sticky note segment, this is the Deontay Wilder fight recap. Before we get out of here tonight, it's on you, Mr. KD. It's on y'all.
Yeah, it wasn't a big fight. Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora is time to skate off into the sunset. They were just on. And the fight looked as if it was advertised. It's not a good fight. It wasn't a good fight when they signed it. It didn't turn out to be a good fight.
Jeez, never thought I would have heard that come out of your mouth, KD.
Yeah, it's time to hang him up. That was the narrative of the whole thing. The boxing enthusiasts, the narrative of this whole thing was a retirement match for both guys.
And then after the match, I think he called Joshua out.
Yeah, retirement match for both guys.
All right, with that being said, you know who ain't retired? That's us. Y'all need y'all remember one thing. We ain't gonna play. We out.